Hello. T for Taiwo, how are you? Can you hear me loud
I'm
and clear?
fine. Hi.
Hi, very nice, connecting with you today.
I'm so excited.
And yes, this episode is for anyone who is one, looking to relocate,
Mhm.
and two, so if you are watching us, if you're looking to relocate, hang on. If you have a business and you're looking to scale that business, hang on. You will like what you're going to listen to today. If you don't know where to start, you just don't know,
Mm,
I just want to make a meaning out of my life. I don't know
mm,
how to start. I
mm,
don't know what to do. I am confused.
mm,
Listen,
mm.
in this episode with Taiwo, you will be learning a lot. And this
Yeah.
is a gist session. Like I told Taiwo before we connected, this is a gist session.
Mm.
Taiwo has a lot to offer. I met Taiwo in my entrepreneurship class, and she did this interview. Was it interview? No, she did this presentation to the class about how she put resources together, because we all know to come abroad, either for our masters, for job, for whatever, it is very capital intensive. You need a lot of financial
Mhm,
resources.
mhm, mhm.
And when Taiwo stood in front of the entire class and gave a story, I just said, you know what, this story has to go to the overall. So I noted it down that I was going to bring Taiwo someday. So this
Yeah.
is that day.
I'm so
Well, I'm
excited.
super happy to have you. I am excited.
Yes, thank
Tell
you.
us about you. Who is Taiwo Akitonde?
Okay. I'm just a young lady trying to find meaning out of her life, and I'm trying to maximize my potential as much as I can, not leaving anything behind, right? Because at the end of the day, I know we will all die, but why not maximize what I have? You never can just tell. Yeah. So that's what really drives me. And definitely, I always tell people I don't really have passion for anything specific. I'm just always about giving value. That kind of person in whatever thing I choose to want to do. I want to make sure that, okay, am I giving, if I can say I'm giving people value, then I'm okay. It's something I want to venture into. So it's more than the money for me. I'm not money oriented. I know at the end of the day, money is a byproduct. The value is the main thing. Yeah. So if I can give the value, automatically I know that the money will come. So I always say that you don't find essence in money, you find essence in value. Then that value gives you money, basically. So that's something about me. So I'm obviously Taiwo. I'm a twin. Yeah, I have a twin sister. Yeah,
I thought it was
she's quite different
Okiekana.
from me. We are just very opposite. Yeah, but we blend. Yeah, she's not as entrepreneur like me and everything like that. But she has her own things that she's doing. Yeah, and I went to Unilag. I finished from Unilag. My secondary school was Queen's College. I went to Queen's College Yaba. University was Unilag, and then I decided to come for my masters to the UK, and that's why I'm here in the UK currently. Yeah. So I don't know if what you want me to say is any other thing.
This is fantastic introduction. Fantastic introduction, my darling Taiwo.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
Taiwo, you said something, and I want to, before we get into the full gist,
Okay.
you said something about the priorities. I want to give value. Money is a byproduct. I want to use up all my potentials. I know I'm going to die someday, but I want to make sure I use it all up. Where did this come from? Is this from a childhood experience? Is this something that happened, you know, when you were young? That what built this mindset that you currently have?
Okay. Thank you very much for that question. I remember when I was young, my dad used to really like. My dad was just he used to make us read books, like Rich Dad Poor Dad, Richest Man in Babylon. It was 7 or 8. He just used to sit down and be reading the book. We didn't really understand what was going on, so maybe just to keep us quiet, I think, or just they can start reading it. So I read this book.
Trouble twins.
I read this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. I think that's when my life really changed. I was barely 8 or 9. I was really young. So you know, say like maybe I was 10, 11. I don't think I was up to that age. And it said something in that book I will never forget. It said something about the cat race. He said, if you if you the normal level of the way life is you are born, you go to school. When you go to school, you finish, they tell you have to pass well, and then you go to university, obviously secondary school, university, then you get a job, and then you begin to live your life, try to pay bills, try to live according to your income, because you know you cannot, because whatever your income gives you. And he said that's a cat race. He said if you want to go beyond that, that you don't want to be like put in like a slavery of a job, then you have to think outside of the box. You have to do your own thing. I think that is where my life changed. That particular thing, it kept on ringing in my ear. Like, I don't know, I was a child, but I'll keep on hearing, you have to avoid the cat race. You have to avoid the cat race. It was annoying. It's the book brought that consciousness to me, and it was like my mind always reminded me, you cannot be in the cat race. You cannot be. You have to live outside of the cat race if you want to live a fulfilled life. Yeah, so I think that is where all these things, even though I had my dad is quite very business, like, oriented. He used to do a lot of business, do this one today, do that one today. But I can really say, from seeing him do all those things and then reading that book, made me realize that, you know what, I can actually live my life, do what I want, and maximize it and make my own money without being working for somebody. Yeah. So I think that thing really, that's where it all started from, honestly. That book,
Yeah.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert, I can't really
But
remember his
Kiyosaki.
name.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's where that came from. That's where it came from. Yeah,
Thank,
that's where it came from.
thank you. Thank you for that.
Yes.
Thank you. I've read the book. I read it late in life, actually,
Okay.
but not 8, 9. I cannot even remember what I was doing at that age.
Yes.
you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's it's good listening to you talk about that. And I think if I'm gonna pick something from that, I'm gonna say we should expose also our kids to this early, because
Yeah.
you sow a seed and then it germinates later in
Yes.
life. So that's
Yes.
one thing I picked from that, because again,
Yes.
we cannot define their journey. Tell you
Yeah.
this is what I want to do, this is what, but we can influence it,
Yes. Yes.
positively.
Yes.
We can.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing that. Okay, now
Thank
let's
you.
fast forward. Come, 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 come. Let's fast forward to the story you shared at the university when we were doing our masters. I know that a number of people took that bold move to say, you know what, I want to go for my masters, and then I would probably, from there start working,
Yeah.
and then settle down in the UK or in Canada or anywhere. And we do this because, again, we want to expand our horizon to say, what's even happening out there? I'm not a tree. I'm not planted in one country and, fixed, or I'm supposed to remain permanent in that country. Let me
Yeah.
explore, other
Yeah.
opportunities.
Yeah.
So a lot of us take that decision. A lot more people want to take that decision, irrespective of the country they are in. They just want to go out there and see for themselves. As you know, when we were in class that was last year, early this year, there were so many people from America, from China, so it's not just about, from Africa, it's all over the world. People want to explore. I know that this is financially heavy. You have to make that financial commitment. And you shared your story on how single-handedly you made that journey. You're able to, 100% finance this journey by yourself. I thought that was wow. And if anybody is listening to this and the person is also looking to make that move, but is being held back because of the financial commitment, which we all know is heavy,
Okay.
I hope that your story can inspire them. So
Okay.
please tell me this story again. Tell the world this beautiful story again.
Okay. What will come to mind? I think as you were talking, what came to my mind was really my dad, and realizing how my dad raised us. My dad would always say something. You would say, "It's your life. You make what you make out of it." I am living I don't know if I can speak Yoruba.
Yeah,
He
you
would
can, of
say,
course.
"Èmi ti mo ti láyé tèmi tí ibi tí mo ti fẹ́ dé," like where I want to live to. I'm
Motivated.
still living it, but so you don't look at me. If you don't form your own part. So he made us quite responsible for ourselves on time,
Yeah.
to be like, I have a mind of our own. And it's for me and my sister, it's the same thing. we were raised to have a mind of our own, to pick up and not wait for anybody to say, oh, well, let me rely on this and let me do this. So it made us do that. Well, that what influenced a lot of things of me starting my business, of saying that, oh, I don't want to read this stuff by the, okay, let me just, oh, let me do this, let me do that. It really influenced it. You know, it's like you have something in you, but you don't know until circumstances bring that thing to
Yeah.
life. That's what happened to me. So
Okay.
from secondary school, I've been selling one thing to another, one thing. You know, I'm always, my sister used to say in university I was selling, was it not toast bread in one hostel. My sister called me, you're embarrassing me, you're shamed me, are you hungry? Is your father not giving you money? But it's like a burning. I just want to sell something. I just want to give one value. So part time I cannot be, I literally cannot live my life and just sitting down and just be say I'm going to work. I'm not doing something else. Like it don't look so. I found myself in that light. So when I even got to obviously I went for my master, I went for NYC. I was posted to Bauchi State, and that's like an unusual state. People were like, come back to Lagos, what are you going to go and do there? You want to kill yourself? My father asked me one question: are you okay with it? That's why I said that my dad really trained us up to make our decision and stand by it. I said, that's what I feel like, that's where I want to go to. He said, are you sure? I said, yes. He said, may the Lord be with you. Yeah, because you know that I didn't want to really stay in Lagos. So Lagos was too, I needed peace. I felt like Bauchi was more peaceful, even though I knew the book around the whole essence of the whole thing that was going on. But I just felt like, I wanted something different and a new environment. So going there, we were part of the 2019 youth corporates that went there. We were COVID-19 caught us there.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Okay.
we could not leave. So we left camp early and they told us to go back home, but I didn't go back home. I stayed in a family house called the NCCF, where you stay and it's free. So I stayed there for free and we're just living there. So one day I woke up and I was like, I wanted to. So there was this person in my room. She was a tailor and she had a shop. I was so amazed. I was like, you came to Bauchi for I said, you already have a shop and you have like 2-3 machines. I'm like, that's impressive. Okay, I was like, okay, so I'm sleeping in the house every day. When I'm not passionate about fashion. It's not like I'm a fashion person, like obviously. But like, okay, why instead of sleeping in the house, why can't I just go and learn? That's how it started. So I started learning tailoring, and 3 months, obviously, I was done. And I was like, because me, I like to use what I know. If I have a knowledge, I'm like, how do I monetize it? That's how I am.
Yeah.
Every time I'm looking for how to monetize knowledge. So I was like, okay, I have this thing. What can I do? I'm not really a full blown tailor, like fashion designer that can style dress. But with this knowledge I've gathered here, what can I learn? And that's one thing I think I want people to learn. You don't have to have everything figured out. This figuring of I must be perfect at this thing to start has killed a lot of people for dreams from doing what they need to do. I would have said, why would I start a business? Honestly, I was barely learning how to cut a dress. She taught us everything, right? We did some practical, but obviously you have to be intentional of going to go and start doing it your own and everything like that. But I was like, okay, with this knowledge, I want to really advance in this thing, but I also want to start something with this small, I must monetize it now. What's going on? So the idea came to me that, okay, why can't you just start sewing little things that what you have learned can give you? Sewing hair accessories. That's how it started from in NYC. So I saw that, okay, ladies, when they do braids, like, these edges, it will be
Yeah.
rough, but they don't want to lose it.
Yeah.
But and I said, okay, why can't I just do like a band and then sell it to them, make it easy? I went to the markets, the marketing in Bauchi. I bought it. I said, the people like were buying, were like, okay, they were buying. I will tell you the price I was selling it then. I was selling it 100 naira. 100 naira then. I will stay overnight because the machine in the family house was bad. I didn't have money to buy my own machine. I will stay there and sew overnight. Sew overnight, trying to sew 4-5 pieces. It was, people come and wake up and say, what's wrong with you? But they didn't know that the thing that was driving me was more than what is doing. Them. So people like, I don't look like someone that is suffering. Why that's the thing. People say, okay, your parents are comfortable. Why
Yeah.
you over trying? They don't know that it's not the money. It's
Yeah.
the joy and the peace I get from giving people value per time in whatever place I find myself. Do you understand? So that's how it was. So I now started selling. So there was a particular time I needed to go back to Lagos. When I went back to Lagos, I told my mom, oh, I've learned tailoring now. Okay, I want to buy my machine. I don't want to go back soon to Bauchi. Let me just stay here and do something. And immediately my mother said, oh wow, they got me a machine. My mom was excited for me that okay, this is a good thing. At least because my sister used to say I don't have skill. She doesn't have any skill. My sister is a makeup artist. So she has like, do you get? She's like, what do you want to do? I said, I don't know. I want to make money. My father said, okay, this is okay. That's okay. We are British. My sister does not have skill. So my mother was quite excited for me that okay, I think you learn tailoring. What do you want to do? And they know that I'm very business. So they got the machine for me and I started. That's why see when I start from where you are. Start from like that's always a very integral thing I always tell people. Start from where you are. There is something you know. There's something you have. Nobody is born empty. We are not. You may look like the financially you don't have that capacity. It doesn't mean that you have something around you. You just have to look. You have to be aware. You can know that you have something, but because you're not aware of it, it's useless. It becomes useless. So I capitalized on the fact that okay, my father's house is free. So why can't I just start sewing there? And I'm like, okay, you know what? Why can't I just start open an Instagram page? It came as a little idea. I said, people don't overthink things. Start. Okay, what do I need to get people online? I don't know how I'll get them to buy, but I knew that the first thing I needed to do was open an Instagram account. I didn't say, oh, will they follow me? Who will buy? What will I do? I didn't think like that's how I am. I don't think of I think of the steps. Okay, I need to open an Instagram account. If I need a social media presence, I opened it. Right? Oh, okay. I saw that. Okay, I went to some supermarkets in Lekki. I noticed that my dad makes some supplies. My dad sells packaged ofada rice to supermarkets in Lekki, all over supermarkets in Nigeria. So I normally follow him to do supplies. So like, okay, why can't I just start selling? Also be supplying these people what I already know. I checked online. Google, I feel like the social media and like Google, YouTube can help you make money anytime. Like it's so easy now to make money. I saw different ways people package things and sell hair accessories, and I saw that of this supermarket they don't have it. I started doing it. I started supplying supermarkets, right? So that was like a residual income, and I was really impressed. So collect. I had to now go back to Bauchi to complete my service because they told us to come back. So I went back, and that is where my African CC business started fully. Yeah,
Oh my
that's
God,
where I
sis.
started. Yeah. So me being in Bauchi,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, how do I start? Okay, I'm online, I'm on social media, but I supply supermarkets, but I don't make money on social media, even though I have an account. Do you get? I converted my partner account to my business account. Only my friends are seeing it, and I don't think they are buying it. So, so what do I do? And that's why I always say, I believe in one thing. When you start, you will figure out everything along the way. It's a big thing for me, I realized. Because when I started, I didn't know who would buy. I just said, okay, this thing I have, who can I sell them to? I always tell people when they start a business, can you try to target? You can't sell to everybody. Especially that initial start. You cannot be a jack of all. Who are you selling to? I was like, okay, you know what? This hair accessories, maybe is tailor is salons that use them. They can sell it to their customers, right? Hairstylists can buy things from me, they can sell it to their customers. So I started messaging them on Instagram. Oh, hi, I do this, I do that. Oh, are you interested? I didn't get replies. Okay, what's going on? My page was like a scam page. Anyways, I don't have any posts. It's just an idea I had, and I just felt like let me reach out to them. I can make this for you. I can make this for you. Message hundreds. A lot of them. They didn't answer me. First, the second day. But you know one thing, I didn't stop. The power of continuity, the power of being persistent, continuing that thing. You may not see the gain now. People start too soon and they are tired. It's not working. It's not working. But like I said, maybe because I was quite young and
Yeah.
I was free, there was nothing. It's not like I could come and for money, but so we sit down and be messaging them and be saying, okay, so one day you answer me, I will message you, you answer me. I will be so some of them will block me to tell you how I do. They say, this will be like say, you don't know what you are doing. It's not me you're going to disturb on Instagram. Until one day a customer called me. Can I call you, please? I was in Bauchi. She called me and said, can you make me 100 pieces of bonnets and customize my name on it? I don't know customizing. I don't print. I'm not a printer. Do you understand? How do you expect me to do? But like I said, as a business person, you have to learn to accept challenge, like accept a challenge. Because one thing I've realized, your customers will tell you how best to make money. Your customers will teach you how to increase your income, give you wisdom for free.
Yeah.
But if you are not open and say, this is my way, only this or that, I noticed that you will not grow in business. So I was quite open. I know that, okay, I know how to make bonus, but printing, I don't know. I'm not a printer. How will I success? I'm like, oh, yes, man, don't worry. It's fine. I'll do it. She paid the money and she was in Abuja then. I told her, Mommy, about you. She's like, no problem. You can do it for me. That's fine. I was trying to look for a printer. Always, that experience taught me one thing. You don't, even when you don't have what you need, right? If you accept the challenge, that thing, you will figure it out, right? We didn't have minimum food printers in Bauchi. My friend just told me that, we have a printer. I have a printer in Kaduna. You can start doing it in Kaduna. I said Bauchi to Kaduna, another state, printing another state. Ow! It's too far. But you know one thing I've realized? I said, okay, I calculated the distance. Okay, this person, Kaduna, it's easier to transport to other states from Kaduna, right? Okay, this person, I can we bill it to this person, print on it, and then help me to send it out to other people, right? That's how African CC started. That's how my business started. I said, there's a particular environment called Yeluwa. I don't know if not about people can relate. Yeluwa. That's where I also the men's are the one that work the most.
Yeah.
All of them became my tailors.
Wow.
Because I could not sew anymore by myself because it was
Yeah.
too much. They
Yeah.
started sewing for me, right? I started getting them. They will sew, give them a timeline. They will produce it for me. I'll send them to Kaduna and everything like that. That's how African CC started. But I was consistent. I was consistent. It took some of them. I replied them every month for 2 years before they bought from me. Some people just want to watch you and say, "What is this girl doing?" Do you get? But many people, they don't want to give. I feel like when I do business, I don't think of failing, or I don't think of will it work, will it not work. It's an interest I have. Let me see. If it does not work, I'll say okay. Oh. And most of the time, it's not even really because it does not work. That's why I stop. Maybe I'm just not interested. Or I have a lot of things I'm doing. I just say, let me just leave this one now. If I want something, I know that if you want something and you're persistent with it, you will get it. To the extent that a customer messaged me one day in VI and told me, she said she got my number from my Instagram. She said she has not bought from me before. She was talking to me about somebody, and I was like, how? She said she was talking to somebody that you have to continue doing what you are doing. There's one girl on Instagram. The girl is always messaging me for 2 years. I've not bought from her. You keep on messaging me. I'm not answering you, but I'm still showing up that okay, I'm here. If you need me, I can do this for you. I can do that for you. Sometimes every week, every month, messaging them some 2 years before they could even say, oh, what are you selling? I would like to buy. Do you understand? She said, except I'm a witch, that's when I'll not buy. She had to place an order and buy. Yeah, that's what she said. She said, I will be a witch if I don't buy your product. If I be because she's talking to me about somebody, but she said, okay, let me go and buy this thing that this girl is even selling. Do you understand? So one thing I always say, don't despise days of little beginning. Appreciate every moment. I will not lie, I miss those days. Those days were like precious to me. Or when I will make mistakes, my customers will complain, I will adjust them. And another thing that helped me grow is that I was able to take responsibility of my actions.
I want to wear this one.
That's
This
one
is
of our
what it
products.
looks like. Yeah. So this is one of Africa's unique products.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
let me tell you guys about this one.
Okay. Yeah.
Was it the event? Yeah, it was the event in school. We had an entrepreneurial project,
Yes.
and Toby's team, or Taiwo, I call her Taiwo.
Yeah.
Taiwo's team decided to use Taiwo's products, which is
Yeah.
this. And honestly, I don't know how many you sold that day, but I started seeing people with it like everywhere. I'm like, let me go and buy my own. When they will tell me it has finished.
Yeah.
And I think I bought my aunt here in Manchester.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes.
So then I bought for our daughter
Yes.
again.
Yes.
And sometimes at home, the piece of just grabbing something.
Something I just.
And, oh,
Yes.
you do this, and then you do the band.
Yes.
And what else?
I do salon capes, aprons,
Apron.
uniforms.
Okay.
Yeah, I do uniforms now. I do a lot quite anything customizing, branding.
So basically, your target audience, did it expand at any
It
point?
expanded. That's the
Okay.
beautiful thing. Because
Okay.
now it was just hairstylists, but now I sell to people, makeup artists. I sell to people that have own restaurants, catering services. It's not quite big now. Like that's why I always say start from where you are, right? Okay, who can I serve now? Let them be known in that area, right?
Yeah.
Now I
Yeah.
don't even have to do adverts. I don't even have to run ads
Mm.
again because people just refer me, right?
Yeah.
It's easier now. So let me go to the part where I needed to start raising money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going there. Please
Yes.
tell me
So when
about
I
that
go,
one.
yes. So when I got to, I finished NYC. Obviously, a small business person coming back. Okay, well, you know what? My father asked me, "Do you want to work?" I said, "I want to do my business for now." My father is always asking me questions. He
Yes.
will ask you so you can know that you hope you're not wasting time. Oh.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I started my business. I was making money. Just making money. I was just trying.
Like how much per month?
I was making like 200K,
Per month.
300K per
And this is
month.
profit or revenue?
It was like, how will I say? It was like, let's say like 150
Profit.
profits. Let me
Okay.
just use that word, 150. So, for months and everything, I was making like
So
that.
it was good
So I was
margins,
quite very
basically.
happy because
Yeah.
I was like, okay, it's something beginning now.
Yeah.
Many of my friends have job that they are paying 60
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
and at least for me, and I don't like as if I have a major skill. I just finished, you understand? I was like, okay, maybe a tech person or something. So entry level for a young girl like me, I think it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So I saw that okay, UK was doing openings of people wanting, oh, you can come to the UK now, it's easier, just have your money. And I was like, okay, I needed to do this. So and I tried to say, okay, let me try and the normal way raise money. I mean, okay, that my business will give me, this person will give me, when you are map it, when people write things, this person you are lighting, this person will light it. I was disappointed. By
Yeah.
the time I reached out, they say, they say even themselves what they are managing. If they tell me, and I'm like, okay. So I was so sad. I was like, okay, I don't think I'll be able to because this my business can't really do much. Until my mom
And
now,
you wanted to use the money to pay for your masters, right?
yes, the money I wanted to raise to pay for
For
my,
your
because
masters
it's
and
not
the
my
proof of
business.
fund.
When you think of the money and the money,
Yes.
you will know that can this business where they do this one, can it?
Yeah.
So I think it was my mom that really opened my eyes. So my mom said, "Who told you that this your business cannot give you the money you need?" I looked at my business. I said, "Okay, do I need to reach out to more people? What do I need to do?" Right. So my perspective changed from that day. I said, This business that can do 150 can do 500. This business that can do 150 can do 1 million." That's how, do you get? Because I feel like, okay, it's working. Maybe I just need to scale a bit. Maybe I just need to add more products because now I have customers. Do you get? You already have a known customer. Just need to, okay, maybe I need to increase my product line, sell more
Yeah.
new things to them, introduce
Yeah.
them to more things. Do you get? Maybe then I'll be able to make more money. That's how it came as a thought. Okay, what do they need? I mean, all the time I always said my customers were the ones that made me grow my business. They come and meet me and say, "Can you do this?" Ha! At that time, there was nothing I could not do. Once it was like I can one or two do it, I am doing it. Yes, I can do it. Yes, I can do it. So my yes at that period was a lot because now I was in Lagos. That time I was in Bauchi, I was
Yeah.
restricted, location, getting materials, getting some
Yeah.
certain things. So I was
Mm.
in Lagos. I was like, you know what, I can do this. All the money I needed to travel to the UK, I made it in less than 1 year. 1 year. I started raising the money January. I traveled December. You know why I could tell? My uncle traveled because at that I supplied. I told you I supplied supermarkets. So when I
Yeah.
got back to Lagos, I was still supplying them. So my money was the supermarket. They don't give you money until maybe after
Mm.
2 months. They call it SOP. They keep your money. So I didn't have money because I got a new space. I was living by my own. I spent all my money. The day my uncle was traveling, I remember that was January 5th. I'm not even going to lie. My mom was the one that gave me 500 to eat. So I'm trying to calculate how, so that
Yeah.
I had one residue money somewhere. They say,
Yeah.
"Oh, you don't have money. Don't worry. Business is going to be good. Take go and eat. Go home." Because I was living by myself then.
Go and eat,
I was,
go.
yes, go home, go and sleep because I didn't want to stay home. I
Yeah.
wanted to stay by myself. I
Yeah.
even opened my shop, everything. I was like, okay, I started getting, but I saw that this thing is not working the way I want. To tell you the space, January, and I traveled December
December.
27th to the
Wow.
UK. I made the money in 1 year. So, one thing that really helped me is my mindset. First, you have to believe that it's achievable. You don't have to wait to see it. You have to first believe it. Because you know everything you have to wait to see. Because if you wait to see it, by that time it will be too late. So I believe that believing changes your perspective. Okay, and I'm about to you know what? I think this my business can give me that money. This
Yeah.
business can give me that money. That's the mindset I started having. Do you know what happened? I'm not going to lie. I believe in when you have the right mindset, things begin to align. If you believe that mindset strong enough, things begin to align. Do you believe that more people started coming? I asked my mom that time. I said it looks like people were coming from the ground. They were coming from under the ground. My DM was always full. I want to buy this one. I want to buy this one. I'm like, I was not even really doing much adverts, right? I was always sending them messages, but at that point, it was so like, okay, what's going on here? So I believe that my mindset changed, my perspective changed. I believe that this business can fetch me the money I need. So my business respected me and said, you know what, because you believe in me, I will show you that I can also achieve it. Right? I feel that's just the synergy, the way it worked for me. So that thing really helped me. And one thing I would say, I had a business that involved customer referral. It's not like a random business where one person will buy today, you don't even know. They were all in the same chain. They understand, they know themselves. You believe that a customer, a makeup artist to go and do something for a client, an hairstylist, they are carrying both my products. They don't know
Yeah.
who wear who. They don't know
Yeah.
who. Oh, let me wear the cape for the client. No, this one will say no. I want to wear my own cape for the client. Did you get?
Yeah.
So to tell you
Yeah.
that how much it's still they still revolve around each other one way or the other. So your name is quick to go out and say this girl she's a bad girl. Don't buy from her. So I needed to keep my reputation. So one thing I always tell people when people ask me and say, if you want to scale, you have to first, apart from the fact that you have a product that can sell, you being able to scale, you have to have reputation. It makes
Reputation.
scaling
Yeah.
easy for you, right? You may not be necessarily doing anything new. You're still doing the same thing. Just that you're adding one or two products. But there's always a saying, they said a good name is better than riches. I was very intentional about giving myself a good name, right? So the moment I tell them, if I tell my customers today that I've started one thing, oh, they will buy. I started doing uniforms like last 3 months. Uniforms. I started making uniforms. Oh, do you make uniforms? I want to buy. Why? Because they believe that if this girl does something, if she
Yeah.
say
She'll
I want
do
to do
well.
something, I will do it well. So now it's my name that is selling, right? The
Yeah.
brand reputation I have got. So it's easy to scale where people can trust her. Oh, it's not the girl that is selling this thing. If for her to be selling this one, that means I can buy. I believe that that thing will also be good. So
Yeah.
scalability for me is also equate reputation. If
Yeah.
you want to be able to easy scale, right? You have
Yeah.
to build reputation. Learning is something you have to do because once you say I'm selling, if I say I want to sell soap today, now my customer will say, "Please, that soap will work." Oh." If it's stupid, you know, that soap will really be working because this girl does not sell anything. She can't back. She cannot say this is it. I will not sell anything that I am not sure of. And one thing about it, I always tell people when you're doing business, don't say, "Oh, you cannot be perfect." We are all human beings at the end of the day. But you know,
Yeah.
another thing that hurts my reputation, I am quick to take. I'm quick to take responsibility of anything that goes south in my business. I don't leave it and say no, it's your fault, it's the customer, or push it on my customer. No, it costs me. That's why people don't want to. As much as you gain, you also lose. You have to understand the two. Sometimes you
Yeah.
make mistakes to the customer. It's not like you intentionally did it, but maybe something just happened and you didn't check it well or something, and you send it, and the customer will like, this thing you did, I'm sorry. Oh my, I take responsibility. I don't just Who are you? Block. I didn't understand what was going on Instagram until I bought things on Instagram and I complained. It's blocking. They block me. They don't allow me to finish the statement. These are popular brands that you say, okay, maybe you should be able to defend. They don't bother. I'll say, before you complain, they blocked you. And I'm like, is this why people trust me with money on Instagram? Because many people that give me money, they don't even know me. But they've seen, I have a track record.
Yeah.
But this person, you're not perfect, though. But when it comes to, okay, find that when you do something and it goes south, I'm willing to take responsibility and say, you know what, let me take it, let me fix this. Even though I know that, okay, it will cost me my gain. But at the same time, like I said, I'm going after my name, my brand name. So that's really key for me. So I started raising money. I started from 1 month, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000. There was a month I made like 2.5 million in gain, right? I don't know what, it was crazy. It was really crazy. Made like, I was like, because from a lady that was making like 150, struggling to make 150, right? To
Yeah.
someone that was now making millions in a month. And I'm like, do you understand? So hard work, to me, hard work played. Being able to know that, you know what, I needed to give a good name, a good name, a good name. So a lady, not to put anybody out there, a lady when I came back to Lagos, I first stayed in Yaba. So my housemate, my mom was always looking at me. I was always packing. She said, like, say, money day online. Oh. She went to go and open the business online.
Yeah.
Not selling clothes. She was sewing
Yeah.
them. Customer will call today, she will not answer tomorrow. Customer will do this one. I said, you don't do business like that. I told her. She had to close it because she felt that thing of taking responsibility became a problem. Right? If you don't take responsibility, you can't go find business. You have to be able to take it and say, okay, you know what? I have made my losses. I will count them. But that loss you think you made is a gain. You will gain it. It may not be now. Do you understand? But you will gain it. Do you understand? So I always tell people, try as much as possible. Try as much as possible to be a person of integrity. That's what my mindset first. My mindset. The second thing, my perspective changed. I believed in my business. That you can do that thing for me. You can raise this money for me. I believed I started to build a intentional about building a good name. I was open to my customer to listen to them. Oh, I want this. Okay, I will check it. Can I do it? I make it. Do you get? So these were things that made it very easy to start my income to start increasing. Do you get? That's what made my income increase over time. Do you understand? So that even when now I'm in the UK, my business is still existing. Like, I'm so happy because I have someone that manages this for me. Yeah. So now I'm learning to do business from afar. That's another thing I'm learning. Is it so? I think we just all transition into different things, right? Yeah, but this, I feel like, if you have all these things, start from where you are. You have to start. See, I call my friends sometimes. They say, "Oh, I don't have a store. I don't have an office." I said, "What do you?" Like, when I look at their business plan. Trust me, it has nothing to do with getting an office. But they tell me they need an office. They don't have a space. I said, this thing does not involve you getting an office. Why can't you just start? They just don't.
We
So,
just put blockers on our
do you
wings
understand?
ourselves.
If you
Yeah.
start from where you are, the possibilities begin to come to you. You can't fully figure out everything. You cannot figure out everything. If you ask me about what I'm working on now, maybe I'll be able to explain more of that thing of starting.
Honestly, I'm going there. Thank you, Taiwo. I think
Mm,
that first part, you did good justice to it.
yeah,
I'm not even going to try to summarize because I think you did a good job summarizing it. I'm
yeah,
just going to jump ahead and ask you. So now we finished school early this year, and yeah, I know African CC is still going on, growing in Nigeria
yes.
and all that. I know at some point we talked about how do we bring African CC to the
UK,
UK,
yeah.
because again, I remember a number of uh, you know um, friends that are not even Africans,
Hmm.
sort of love it, and they were all buying, and so I know the opportunities are also here in the UK for your products. I
Yeah,
know we talked about, one day we should put it into Tesco. I
yeah.
look forward to that day when I
Yes,
walk
definitely.
in Tesco and see African sissy.
Ah,
That
yeah.
would be amazing.
Yeah.
I know you have that plan. I know you have some other ideas around delivery. I know we talked about that at some point. We talked about matchmaking. We talked, we've talked
Yes,
about a number of ideas.
yeah, a lot of
And I'm
things.
always thinking Taiwo is just so full of ideas.
Yes.
What have you been doing now since, you know, which of these ideas have you put life to?
Okay.
After,
Okay. Thank you. Like I said, I always come up with like a lot of ideas. I think I create ideas in seconds. It just comes to me, and I think I need to put them down. And anybody that needs advice, that needs ideas, please, I will
ideas.
dash free. Just I will dash you free ideas. Go and start your business or whatever. So yeah. So I think the one I'm working on now is the matchmaking one. Matchmaking, and I think I'm seeing a lot of. It's really blowing up as much as I can tell now, right? And one thing, like I said, I did not overthink it. Like I told you, I'm really good at opening groups. Do you know how many groups I've created on WhatsApp? Like I've created a lot of groups. I think one thing I'm good at, and I will not take it, is gathering people for something. I
like
can't tell
a
how I do it.
community.
A community. I'm very good. I don't know. Is that part good to? Yeah. I'm very good at gathering people for something. Anything. I've already gathered people. I've already opened WhatsApp group. People have
Yeah.
joined. They don't even know what I want to tell them. They just join. Yeah, so I've been doing that. I've had a group, African Singles Connect, for a while
Yeah.
now, but we got school coming to the UK. I've just been less busy, so I like, let me pick this time full time and begin to do it
Yeah.
better now. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
have someone with me that we do it together, and yeah, that's what I'm doing. So like I said, I didn't overthink it. I just said,
So
open.
when
I
did you
just, I
start?
just
When did you start this one?
this one is. Can I say the days? Like 3 days ago. I'm never going to lie.
Three
3 days
days
ago.
ago.
Yeah,
Tell me about it.
this idea, I'm telling you, just 3 days
So how
ago.
does it work? Is it for only those in diaspora? Because
It's
I know.
for like now we have people in diaspora, US, Canada, Germany, Europe, that are trying to connect with people, maybe white people, people in Nigeria, or themselves, like in diaspora by themselves, just wanted to connect with people. So we decided to open a platform where people connect with each other. And the way it is, we made it in a way that you have to literally come through us just for privacy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because maybe they don't want to go public, they don't want their pictures to be online and stuff like that. So that's what we are doing now. And the beautiful thing, like I said, at the end of the day, the most important thing is just giving value. I won't just give you someone's contact and say, go and call the person. That's my own, collect my money. No, we are all about making meaningful connections, right? Even when we connect you with someone, we want to see through to it that, okay, is it going on well? Okay, are you guys, what's going on? Not just connect you and that's your business, whatever you do from there. No, like I said, I'm very value oriented. That's the
Yeah.
main thing, because that's the joy. So now my value now has changed when it comes to this. Oh, I want to be able to go to people's wedding and say, oh, they met you African Singles Connect, right? Yeah. And say, okay, I met you African Singles Connect, right? So that's like a value for me. And say, okay, oh, thank God for this platform. I was able to meet my partner. That's what the value. That's the end goal for me, right? So
Yeah.
that's the joy. So you
Yeah.
see me working hard now. It's not necessarily because I want to make money, I want to do this, but so that at the end of the day, I'll be proud to say, oh, we made that work. We
Yeah.
made this work. We made that work.
Please,
So that's the joy for me. So that's what we're currently working on
I'm
now. And I'm
curious.
so
I'm
excited. I'm
curious.
really so
I,
excited about how it's going.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
Where did this idea come from? Where?
Okay.
As you were
Yeah.
speaking, I was about to ask you, how did you come up with this
Yeah.
idea?
So, like I said, I started this idea. The idea came to me before I even came to the UK. Literally, I opened the Telegram group where I started letting people meet each other. I was still in Nigeria, even though my visa was ready. That's why I
Yeah.
always say you don't have to have everything figured out. I didn't say, no, I have to be in the UK for me to open a group like that. I opened the group. People had to start asking me, are you in the UK? I'll say no. They'll say, how come you not created a group for people in diaspora? And I'm like, I don't need to be there first. It's just an idea. It came to me because I realized that there was a need.
Yeah.
People find it hard to connect with each other. I know
Yeah.
at that time where it's dependent, me and my dependents, at that time when we're coming. So you don't even know who is who. So I wanted singles to identify, we wanted to identify with ourselves. That's what made me
Yeah.
create the group. That's the
Yeah.
initial idea. It's not even really about making money or anything. So just initial. So the idea came from me wanting to realize that the world is going online now, global, like online. Everybody's online. People are more online that they are physically.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Amazing.
everybody's online. So I'm like, okay, we can actually matchmake people. I know we have a lot of matchmaking services,
Yeah.
but the reason why ours is different because we are intentional. We want to make it productive. We want to matchmake you in a way that we want to see a future out of it. We are not just about, oh, you need someone. Okay, see the person, collect. No, right? We are very intentional to say that if you want something, give us your preference. We will try, look out for you, look
Yeah.
for someone that meet that preference and follow it up with you guys. So even when there's a problem, we can create like a counseling thing, maybe contract counselors that can, okay, understand. Just being very intentional, not just letting you guys just collect our money and go. No, do you understand? So that's the main thing. Because at the end of the day, marriage is quite very important. It makes your life. A marriage can make you or destroy you. So
Yeah.
that is, we know how very important it is. The decision of a life partner is to a single person. So we're so that's what's making us very intentional to say, what, we will come into this space, but in a different way, to say that we'll not just connect you, we want to follow you through with you. Find out, okay, why are you single? What happened? Try to, if you need a counseling, if you need help, what can we do to come in that place? So being intentional about, because you realize a lot of people are single for different reasons. You don't know. So we are wanting to connect not just with giving you somebody, but connecting with you to say, okay, what is the issue? What has been going on? Okay, where can we come in? Do you need a counselor? Can we refer you to someone? Okay, are you sure it's relationship we need now?
Like
Stuff like
fix
that.
yourself.
So
Yeah.
that's an intentional thing for us in our matchmaking service. It's very
Do they pay
intentional
for this? Do
for us.
they pay to
Yeah,
be on the
yeah, yeah.
phone?
They pay for it.
Wow.
Yeah, they pay for it.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. They pay for it.
And
Yeah.
you opened 3 days ago. You were telling me thousands. How many people do you have already?
Like over, like almost 2005 now. That's my
Are you
followers.
kidding me?
I'm telling you. And it's amazing how people come. And I have messages on my phone. People, because we did a Zoom live
Yeah.
yesterday, and
Yeah.
we see people from Ghana, UK, Zimbabwe, different countries come on live talking about what they want. And at the end of the day, people message me telling me, "Oh, I thank you. Like, you're really a good host. You really made me feel relaxed and included." These are things that make me happy. Realizing that it's more than just people message me, even though my message is food, they'll be like, "Oh, they see what I'm doing, that you well done, that it's really good, that they see the passion." Like I said, I always put passion in anything I do. If I'm not putting my passion, I'm not in it. I'm not going for it. I put my passion. So that passion is easily is can be perceived. Yeah. Do what you do that your passion is perceived. That people know that, what, this girl knows what she's doing. She's really
Yeah.
intentional about this thing. So people take you serious. People want to connect with you. This morning, someone messaged us and said, okay, like, to tell you how, just by seeing through our profile in 3 days, realizing that, okay, this is something. He's a man. He wanted to help connect his daughter. And I'm shocked. I'm shocked in the US. He said, "Oh, my daughter is this age. I really want to connect her with someone, a young guy and everything." I was really shocked because
Oh.
you understand, to tell you that even elderly people are like, okay, I think these people are doing something worthwhile. I can see their profile. They're posting quality people. Like, let me see what they can do for my daughter. It's quite very impressive. I find it quite impressive.
What platform are you on? Is it Telegram or
We're on
WhatsApp?
Instagram. We're on Threads. Threads is where we kind of blew up. Threads, yeah,
Yeah.
that app that Instagram created
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I think it's really really blowing up. One thing about Instagram, when they create a new when this social media thing, when they create it, they make you go, like, they make it where it's easy, but there will be a time that they begin to restrict how you get people to
Yeah.
easily
Yeah.
view your profile, except you do paid ads or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's really, really cool. I'm really excited about
I am
about this
excited.
thing.
I am excited, Taiwo. And
Yeah.
this does not in any way affect our African sissy, right?
No, 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 no. My business is still no. I think that's is my baby. Yeah, it's my
Oh.
baby. It's my baby. That's my first child. Many
I
more
am
children to
so,
go.
so happy. Happy for
Yeah.
you, my darling sis. No, this is inspiring. This
Mm,
is encouraging. This is
mm,
amazing. This is,
mhm.
I've always told you that I am stuck in your corner. Yes. Even if you say, you know what, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm gonna beg you. Taiwo, please.
Oh my
I'm gonna
god.
beg you. Yo,
Yeah.
thank you for sharing this.
Thank you.
I hope that young
Mm,
people, and not just young
mm,
people, people in
mm,
general, listen to this
mm,
and it starts, changing their mindsets, changing
mm,
you know, their fixed mindset about,
mm.
can I do it? If I do it,
Correct.
it won't work. Should I do it? Is it too late? Is it,
Mm,
you know, and this is not because you're young, Taiwo.
mm,
This is the
mm.
spirit you're going to carry forever because
Yeah,
it is something that has been with
it's
you
true.
for many years.
Mm,
So I think
mm,
we all need that spirit. I
mm,
told you at a time, I think we were in a bus at that time.
mm,
I remember I think I was going to London. You were going to school. I said I was um, going for a wedding or something. I can't remember. We were in the bus when I was saying this, that there is something about you that I like.
mm,
Your
mm.
swiftness, you know, the idea comes like when you were
Yeah.
trying to explain to me, how you don't sit on it because before you know it, somebody else to do it. We just do it. If I'm going to fail, I fail. I move on. And I'm like, I don't have that spirit.
Mm, mm,
I tend to overanalyze.
mm, mm,
The first thing that I would say I didn't overthink is this YouTube.
mm, mm,
That's before I
mm,
would think, analyze, justify, and I think
mm,
it comes from you know working in
mm,
a structured
mm.
environment for a
Yes.
long time.
Yeah.
It makes you logical.
Mm.
Entrepreneurship defies logic. You just have to bring that crazy element into it sometimes to say, you know
Yes.
what, if I'm going to throw this money away, let me throw it away.
True.
Let's throw it away
Yeah.
fast and move on and learn and
Yes.
and that's one thing that I continue to learn from you.
Mm,
Your presentation in class that day, I will
mm,
tell you, changed my mind about
mm,
not everything has to go through, am I trading?
mm,
I'm doing feasibility studies,
mm,
I'm doing not everything. There are times
mm.
you just get on with it. You will
Yeah.
make mistakes and then you
Mm,
just learn.
mm.
You don't do anything. You don't do analysis. You don't do forecasting. You do,
I don't understand myself. I
you
don't.
just get on with. There was a day you came to my house and you
Okay.
said, you know what, I like all this your caps. Give me
Yeah.
one of them. I want to start making Zara caps. I'm still waiting for my Zara cap.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you want to move? I said, really? You say, yes, yes. You want to start that? Some people like it. And I'm like, wow. And honestly, I cannot begin to explain. This is like MBA in 1 hour.
Okay.
MBA in 1 hour. You
Oh
want to
my
do
god.
something, don't
Mm,
overthink it. Thank you
mm,
so much
mm.
for your
Thank
time.
you.
I
Thank
really,
you.
really love this, session. It's
Me
long.
too.
I
Yeah.
love it like that.
Yeah.
I always say, "Oh, I don't want to do more than 30, 45 minutes. This is
Yes.
long. And I love it like that because it is
Yes.
good, packed with insight.
Yes.
Before
Yes.
I let you go, if you were to talk to your 25-year-old self or 20-year-old self, what would you say? What advice would you give
To
outside
somebody.
everything you've, you know, spoken to us about today?
Okay, I'm trying to get to your question. Where you
Yeah.
said, if is it to myself or to people?
To people, I'm just
Okay, yeah.
saying,
Young
knowing what
people.
you know now, what would you
Yeah.
tell,
Yeah.
you know,
I think one thing I will tell young people them is, you know, first start from where you are. Second, don't overthink things. Third, believe. I think the first thing is believing in yourself. I think that should be the first thing, because if you don't believe, you can't see. If you don't believe, you can't see. I did a video online. I said something. I said, loving yourself and believing in yourself makes you identify the potentials in you. So I would tell young people, believe in yourself so you can see your potential. Because what you don't believe in, you don't see anything in it. So I believe in myself so much. That's why even when I try to be like, oh, this I did looking crazy, I said, no, if it's coming from me, it should be something. I don't see I don't see anything from me as crazy.
yeah,
I don't see, because I believe in myself. So that
yeah,
belief brings that thing. Okay, even if for me to think this thing, most likely I love myself. I believe in myself. I believe you. So I will tell, because young people now tend to. I know one thing, when you go on social media, you see a lot of things. You start saying, "Hey, am I sure I can do this?" Or me, this person is doing this. Everybody has a starting point. Never compare yourself. Never compare yourself. Never, because everyone is unique in their own way. Believe When you believe in yourself, begin to see your uniqueness. I have strength, I have weakness. I know my weakness, I know the things, but I capitalize on my strength and work on my weakness. But many people tend to identify with their struggles, their weakness, and then leave their strength. So viewing that weakness does not allow them to see their strength, to capitalize on it. Right? So I'll tell young people, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, believe in what you carry, believe that something can come out of your life. Something good can come out of your life. And anything you think about, you may fail initially,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
take it as a learning process. You will learn it, dust your feet again and move on. Yeah, that's what I. That's
Love you. I love you. Thank you, Taiwo. Thank you
Thank you so
so
much.
much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. I really do enjoy speaking with you. I
Yeah.
love having you in my corner.
Thank
I think you're a
you.
voice of reasoning. And honestly, you're gifted.
Thank
I would
you.
say, I'd say a big, big thank you to you for coming here today, for
Thank you so much.
sharing,
Thank you.
and I pray God continues to make your ways easy,
Amen. Amen.
successful. And
Amen.
I am looking forward to 2025 Taiwo, 2026 Taiwo,
Yeah.
amazing, amazing Taiwo, growing, growing,
Yes.
growing Taiwo.
Yes.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much.
Enjoy the
Yeah.
rest of your day, my
Yeah.
darling.
Thank you. Thank you.